thanks for joining us today to our webinar, Smarter Pharma AI Agents on the Power of Data Cloud. This is the final session in our webinar series before the summer break, and we are super proud and thankful to have today Grünenthal joining us today. Grünenthal is not only one of our most advanced clients, but also one of the most advanced pharmaceutical companies in adopting Salesforce technology to power their omnichannel strategies. In just a moment, I will introduce our speakers, but first, let me give you a quick overview of what to expect from today's session. We will explore how Grünenthal leverage data cloud technology, not only to unify their physician data, but also to drive impactful multi-channel strategies. We will be looking into super interesting real life examples on both a global and local scale. And we will also get a glimpse on how the Grünenthal is evolving through the use of Agentforce and Data Cloud. Okay, so here is today's agenda. We will start with a very brief introduction of ShowerThinking and today's speaker, followed by a quick analysis on key challenges to achieve meaningful engagement from healthcare professionals. From here, we will dive into Grünenthal's global perspective on the real impact of Data Cloud, followed by some practical local implementation examples from Italy to measure success. So let me then follow the introduction for you, of those of you that may not know us. ShowerThinking is a hybrid marketing and technology consultancy. We can proudly say that there are over 200 Salesforce certifications across our team. And in fact, 40 of our colleagues are already specialized in Agentforce. So that makes us one of the top 10 global providers for Salesforce in Europe. We support a broad portfolio of clients, but over the years, we have developed a great expertise in the pharmaceutical sector, as we will see today. So it is my very pleasure to introduce today's speakers. I'd like to start with Grünenthal's side. We have Daniel Frings, Global Omnichannel Operation Leads and the Global Department at Grünenthal, and Nicolo Giusella, Omnichannel Manager in Italy. Both of them are key figures in boosting omnichannel campaigns at Grünenthal. Joining from our side, ShowerThinking, we have Alfonso Lopez, our Head of Health and Pharma Solution, and myself, Nuria Cabot, who I have the privilege to be working as an account manager for Grünenthal for the past 4 years. So that said, I would like to hand it over to my colleague, Alfonso.
Thank you, Nuria. Let's see if I can take the control. Okay. Okay, so we are here to talk about Smarter Pharma, but I would like to put in context today the Pharma shift. Pharma used to revolve around CRM platforms like Viva, where everything was designed for the field force, but the model has shifted. Fewer reps, more non-promoted products, and even entire markets with no reps at all. Meanwhile, HCPs are evolving fast. They rely more on tools like ChatGPT than webs, expect hyper-personalized experiences, and operate in a world of now. And Data Cloud is here to transform CRM into CRM Ops, a metadata power framework that fuels sales, services, marketing, and even AI agents in real time. Let me move. Okay, so with the rise of life science cloud, data is no longer just for marketing. Thanks to AI and real-time integration via Data Cloud, Pharma can now deploy virtual MSLs, assistants, automate patient support, and personalize every touch point, from field to call centers to digital. This is not just digital transformation, it's data-led transformation. If you can move on. At ShowerThinking, we are here to guide pharma companies through these complex shifts. Whether you are just taking your first steps with Data Cloud, building AI use cases, or bridging IT and business, we are your partner to make it real at the right pace. And now, Daniel and Nicolo, they've already taken those steps and are truly an inspiration for other pharma companies. And it's all yours.
Thank you, Alfonso. So, yes, I hope we could be a kind of inspiration for some of you. So, happy to achieve this at the end of this webinar, of course. So, yeah, why Data Cloud matters. Excuse me, this was one too fast. Here we are. So, what you can see here are some dimensions of our now it's there. These are some dimensions of our endeavor of our transformation we did in the past years. And to be honest, we were struggling in all of those dimensions. So basically, we had no real customer perspective, no clear customer perspective. We had isolated systems everywhere. Nothing was integrated. We had more or less just profile information in our CRM system, which were not enough, so no behavioral information, nothing like this. We had some compliance challenges, for instance, to get always the updated information about our consents. We were not able to react on insights fast enough, quick enough, due to the fact that there were manual processes to get the data from left to right and so forth. So, but meanwhile, our transformation efforts are paying off, and we are happy that with the right technology stack and the right people, the right capabilities, a strong governance around this, that we are now solving all these issues. And Data Cloud plays a crucial role here, indeed. And let me show you a bit more about our technology stack. And what you can see here is Data Cloud in the middle in this scheme, because everything is integrated and everything goes into Data Cloud. So might it be CRM data, might it be even data from the data lake, from our web CMS Sitecore, the Sivo web webinar, the Marketing Cloud, of course, even web analytics data goes into Data Cloud, and also Marketing Cloud personalization. So the main message is here, it's super important on the one hand to have global systems which are integrated in those platforms like the Data Cloud is. And just having the integrated systems is not enough, of course. It's also important, and I wanted to highlight this, that unification is key, to understand your customer. So if you look on the left side, we have our global systems and all the data are traveling from there into Data Cloud. And due to the fact that everything comes together, and based on the fact that Data Cloud utilize reconciliation rules, we are now able to unify all those customer profiles we have, for instance, CRM, maybe on the website, and so forth. So that's super crucial. Now we have Alfonso, for instance, with his private email address registered in the web page, and also with his professional email address in CRM and so forth, and we can combine and unify this. Super crucial. I just can highlight this once again. So because now we can build and segment, even we can do this in Data Cloud, we will see later, and create audiences. And those audiences can then be activated for further commercialized activities, for hyper-personalized campaigns in Marketing Cloud or personalization. So this one here is, and I just wanted to give you some examples. I mean, I could talk about this probably for months, but these are just a few examples. I mentioned earlier that we had these compliance issues, or not issues actually, it was challenging because every now and then we were needed to exchange import, export manual data in order to get a clear and transparent understanding of the current opt-in status of our customer. With the help of Data Cloud, we were able to implement a kind of middle layer, like this GCM here, which is the Global Content Management Center. And due to the fact that we have all this information in Data Cloud related to this one unified profile, like in this case, Maria, we always can see the latest information of the opt-in status. So whether it's an opt-out, later there was an opt-in again, we always see the current status across all applications, which is of course super important. There's another more simple example. So we start with an approved email sent by the rep, and based on the behavior, like in this case, the HCP did not open the approved email, we could directly create this audience automatically, and this will be then used in another campaign to use this as a follow-up, for instance, with the signature, the personalized signature of the sales rep, but it's not in his responsibility to do so, or to follow up on this. So we can support the field force also with those automatic campaigns. And you can imagine that all this information, how the customer behaved, is traveling back into Data Cloud. This one is another example, our recently introduced welcome campaign. So it's a global campaign, and we offer this to markets to be localized. So what we do here is, or what the objective is, like you probably know from all the other, from your private life, if you give your e-permission somewhere, then you might get a nice onboarding. This is what we also want to achieve here. We want to inform our customer what services they can expect, why it's beneficial for them to grant this e-permission to us. And what we also implement here is a survey, a questionnaire, in order to get more insights from the customer. So what is their content preferences? What is their channel preferences? This again travels back into Data Cloud and is available for the markets to utilize this data and launch further campaigns based on this information. So this makes it actually at the end super personalized for the customer. This one, and here AI is coming into play. So this is an example of Einstein capabilities built in Salesforce environment. So this campaign was meant to as a re-engagement campaign, an always-on re-engagement campaign. So we wanted to reach out to customers who have not visited our webpage since ages, and plus different other criteria. And what we did here was that we sent this campaign based on this audience which was created in Data Cloud. And we offer them the most viewed articles from our webpage. So section A, B, C, D. And the next step in this journey was to send out courses invitations or webinar invitations based on what they selected so far. So that means in this case, they selected A and D section, and we send out this recommendation for a webinar, of course, based on their behavior and not what they probably are not interested in. There were other steps, like you can see here in the screenshot. We will also ensure in this always-on campaign that the most recent published information from the web page will be part of this. And very nice feature is that this is generated every time dynamically in real time once the customer is opening the email. So that's really impressive from my perspective. And what you do not see here in this flowchart is the fact that while we are doing this, we are creating also a how to call it an HCP engagement score. And once the HCP is reaching the specific threshold, this then makes this HCP coming into the next audience and get another omnichannel campaign to follow up, for instance, with more exclusive content for those pretty much engaged customers. But now we are piloting, let's say, the next level of AI. Yeah, we're not talking about generative AI, predictive AI. We are now talking about agentic AI. I know a lot of buzzwords around, but we think based on the business needs we collected from the countries, we think that an AI agent is currently probably the best fit to solve something I will show you on the next slide. But generally, I wanted to show you why Data Cloud, or how Data Cloud is helping us here, because of course we will use large language models, to have this exchange with the customer. But the large language model normally does not know about business related topics, right? So we utilize the RAG functionality in Data Cloud, which is the retrieval augmented generation. That means that Data Cloud augments the data we have in our business and brings it to the LLM. So for instance, our CLMs, our approved emails, SMPC data will be collected, utilized, and used for this specific agent. So now coming to what we are currently piloting. This is an autonomous agent scenario. So imagine you have a product which is not any longer promoted by field force, or you have too many HCPs, too many customers, and a smaller field force, so you do not have the resources to meet all the expectations of your customer with our field force. So what we do here is we establish this agent on our own web pages or in the virtual CLM. And this agent will get a role, in this case, a sales rep role. We will train this agent with this role. We will train this agent also with guardrails, so that there is no possibility to talk about the nice weather in Italy, for instance, next week. But everything is focusing on our product in this case. And that's, like I said before, we are able to do this because we have Data Cloud and all these integrated systems, all this data around, and can augment the large language model to support the customer in their discussion, in their questions regarding our products. So that's just these are just some examples I wanted to share, and we have tons of examples. There will be another agent use case more for internal efficiency driven purposes, but I hope I could give you some examples what we're currently doing with the help of ShowerThinking. And by saying this, I would like to hand over to Nicolo.
Thank you, Daniel, and a special thank you to ShowerThinking to invite me today. So, hi to everyone from my side. It's a very big pleasure for me for sharing our story. How about we are using Data Cloud here in Grünenthal, Italy. So before to jump in the details, I only would like to spend a few words about the added values to have Data Cloud within the organization. So before that, before to have Data Cloud, we create a lot of CSV files to upload them into the system to create the target audience for our campaigns. And also, these data were not updated in real time. So the risk and a huge effort to check before to launch a campaign if there are, for example, new opt-in or new opt-out. And also, it required a huge time effort to prepare these files, with also the risk to do some manual errors behind this. But now that we have Data Cloud, the life is simpler because we have a unique profile per ACP. So we can have all the touch points, all the interaction inside data that are updated in real time. We have also a 360 view of our customers, so we can track deeper and understand, collect insight from our customers. Again, thanks to Data Cloud, because we have all the data sources integrated all together. So Daniel already said about this. So we have Viva CRM, Salesforce Marketing Cloud, and so on. And the last but not least, it's very easy and fast to create a target audience, for example, into Data Cloud. And in this slide, for example, you can see a concrete example of a target audience in Data Cloud. So on the left, you can see the full list of attributes that came from different sources. And in the center part, you can see, for example, a selection of the attributes for this specific campaign. So, for example, I select only active customers that are in Italy, of course, with valid consent and also with some digital preference. And we focus on some specialties and on some archetypes because it was a customized campaign where we use also the fragments to differentiate the content for each type of customers. So very easy, drag and drop your attributes and you can create your target audience into a few minutes. And now we can jump into a real case that we have live now. Let me share only a little bit of context. So, since May in Italy, we switched from an hybrid go-to-market model to a full digital go-to-market. So, as you can imagine, it's really important for us to maintain a high level of consents and renew the consents in our CRM for our customers to engage them. So we create this always-on campaign. The mechanism is quite simple. So the system checks every day if a customer has the consent that will expire in the following 3-4 months. If yes, this customer will enter automatic to the journey. So the campaign flow is quite simple. We create 4 different touch points. We will send the first email 3 months before the consent expiration, a second email 2 months before the consent expiration, a third email 1 month before the consent expiration, and the last 4th email 2 weeks before the consent expiration. Of course, these 4 different touch points are different contents, different subject and reader to keep our customer engaged, but also at the same time to avoid the EP reputation risk. In addition to this, we have also created a synergy with another campaign. So in our website, we activated this custom banner that is visible only for the target that are in scope for this campaign. So if a customer that surf our landing page, our website, and as the consent will expire in the following months, this pop-up will appear only for him or her. And another important point, thanks to Data Cloud, is that these campaigns are fully connected, fully integrated. So for example, if a customer renew the consent by clicking the email, for sure won't see the banner into the website and vice versa. So it's very, very interesting about this. And now I would like to share some results, of course. So first of all, at the moment, we have collected an engagement rate about 90%. It means the number of consent captured versus the unique click that we recorded during the campaign flow. At the moment, we collected more than 1,000 consents. We renewed more than 1,000 consents. The cost of the campaign was very low, less than 4,000 euros. And at the moment, until now, the cost per consent is 5.7. Until now, because the cost is fixed, of course, but the campaign is always on. So is live forever. So I hope to increase the number of consent and to reduce the cost, of course. It's also very easy to adapt in Data Cloud the campaign logic. So for example, if I want to extend the time period, or if you want to focus on some specific customer in that period, I can do very, very fast. It was also very quick to activate through Salesforce Marketing Cloud, through the personalization into our website, thanks to Data Cloud, of course, because with this we have a full integration of our platforms, but also thanks to our partner here, ShowerThinking, because they are very, very good and they are a lot of skills in this. And last but not least, there is also the plus to have an always-on campaign. So the system checks every day if a new customer can enter this journey, because maybe as the consent will expire in the following months, and if yes, the campaign starts and it's completed automatic and is live forever. So it's an interesting example from my point of view, and it's really important now that we don't have the field force to maintain our customer engaged and to maintain and renew the consent. So that's it. Thank you so much, guys. If you have questions, consideration, we are here to answer.
Thank you so much. Super interesting. Nicolo, Daniel, Alfonso. I forgot to comment at the beginning that since we've been able to end our webinar sharp, very proud of you, all the speakers today. It's not that common to happen. We can leave a few minutes for questions. So I already grabbed a few questions from the audience. Feel free to reach out. We will try to answer 2-3 questions. The first one I have here, and I guess it's for you both, Daniel and Nicolo. How will you ensure that your customers, your HCPs, will talk to your agent? Maybe you can give us both your perspective.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's a very relevant question because if your customers have no idea about that it's existing, right? It's probably a waste of time and money. So I would consider this agent as a kind of product, your own asset, right? So you definitely need to promote it. What we will do with SFMC campaigns, for instance, or marketing cloud personalization campaigns. So we will guide also the customer on our webpage to this agent. And beside this promotion, I think it is, yeah, also crucial to, let's say, to make it clear to the customer that it's worthwhile revisiting it, right? So that they understand, okay, there's a benefit for me, because otherwise they will look into it, will say, oh, cool, I talked to an agent, nice, and then they walk away. But you want to get them back, of course, right? And the third thing I think is it's worthwhile to, I mean, like I said, it's a product from my perspective, and you should maintain it. You should listen and analyze it to understand, okay, where are they dropping off, for instance, and also try to tweak and add some other functionalities. That would be my perception of this.
How about you, Nicolo? I think it might be also interesting to get your local approach on this.
Yeah, as I said at the beginning, we have a particular situation here in Italy. So since May, we don't have the field force anymore. So we have only digital channels to engage our customers. So with this situation, with this scenario, is let me say mandatory to have something like this to listen our customers, to collect insights from them, and to have, let me say, a door to chat with them, to discuss with them. So it's really important to stay with them, with our customer, very close in this moment. So have something like this is for us mandatory. It's really, really important.
Thank you, Nicolo. I also have a question from Philip. It's a general one, so maybe I don't know. All of you can give us some a glimpse on your experience. And he's questioning, can you provide us an overview of what channels and data sources are integrated beyond Viva CRM and Salesforce Marketing Cloud? Who wants to go first? Please improvise.
So I can try to take this. So I'm sure you will share the slides later or the recording. So there was also a slide on a high level showing what systems we have integrated with Data Cloud. So beside SFMC, it's the face-to-face calls, the remote calls, the sales rep triggered emails, the websites, our portals. What do we have as well? Events, which is kind of CRM. I think this is it so far. I mean, we have also Data Cloud connected, Data Lake, which is ingesting information into Data Cloud. So this is open it, yeah, and make it an ultimate case, so to say, right? So we can get more or less everything what we want to have there. I hope this answers the question.
I think it does, and I understand that there is no specific local platforms beside that. Nicolo, maybe Alfonso, in your experience with other clients,
Yeah,
anything else to highlight here?
basically, as Daniel commented, no, every case is different in pharma companies, but you can connect everything, every data source that has the possibility to be in the unification of the HCP. If you can, in some ways, there are a lot of ways to do this unification. To have all data integrated, this is super. So
Yeah.
this provides you a powerful tool to do segmentations. And not only that, we are talking about agents, and agents, the chat that you are maintaining with the agents also can be another point of entry to the data cloud, because this is information. This is something that is happening, and you can have a request to start a journey with a customer from the agent. So just imagine the potential of the agents when you connect data cloud with all the information. So you are providing not only the information of the product, it's the information of the HCP, all the engagement during years. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot, for instance, webinars. So this is also a
Yeah.
channel where we have integrated, which is very important.
Mhm. Now that Alfonso, you were mentioning the agents, I think it's time for us to wrap up with a very last question. In this case, it comes from Andrea, and they specifically ask Daniel. They say that your example of AI agent was very interesting, and the question is, could you please share with us some feedback of the HCPs that use it?
The answer is yes, it is interesting, and no, simply due to the fact that exactly this AI autonomous agent is currently under development. So there is no physician yet who could give us feedback on this. So yeah, maybe if you join the next webinar at the end of the year, then we can share something.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think now, let me jump here. We are now developing proof of concepts and
Mhm.
testing, and in few months we are going to have the results. But imagine that the agent is not only for chat about the time; it's something that is going to give you services when you need it. This is super important because this is an agent can be different profiles, and if you need an MSL support, it's going to be ready for you when you want. If you need some information about the product, when you need it, it's going to be available. And that's changed a lot the situation, the framework for the HCP. And this is
Yeah.
the added value of the agents.
Maybe I can add on this because you mentioned a very important point, right? So we do not need another chatbot. We do not need it. Yeah. We need something which is capable of engaging with the customer on somehow eye level. I'm not sure how to call this, right? I mean, it's an agent, right? But anyhow, and it needs to solve something for this physician, either giving information or, that's typical for an agentic AI, act in the background and delivers something, right? Okay, I will summarize this for you. Here's the PDF you're looking for. Here's this and that information. Or yes, of course, I can reach out to someone in our product team, for instance. Yeah? So that's super crucial. We do not need another chatbot. Definitely.
I think a great insight that I get from your last comments, Daniel, Alfonso, is to maybe organize a follow-up webinar by the end of the year with real results from these interesting pilots that we are currently rolling out. Okay, so thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. Let's leave it here. It's been a pleasure, Daniel, Alfonso, Nicolo, to have you over to get your testimonial. So huge claps for you. And you have a lovely afternoon ahead. And hopefully we will see you again all in a few months or after the summer. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank
All the best.
you.
Bye bye.